Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Good evening. How are you, boys?
Very good. Excellent.
And good evening. Welcome to all our listeners and viewers. It's nice to have you back for another episode of the Heikadelic Show.
Yay.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do at 9:30? We're supposed to get dirty or something like that? Yeah, we're good. We're good. We can do it.
Well, if we get dirty tonight, we've got a special guest on from Downforce Detailing, Nick.
That's right. Nick will clean us up. Yeah.
He's going to clean us up. He's going to clean up all of our dirtiness tonight.
That's right.
So George, where's your glasses, buddy? Getting all those comments from women and select gentlemen about how great you look with those glasses on.
Yeah, look at that.
And
that's straight from the 70s, man. That's so cool.
That's awesome. You can't have all of that psychedelic behind you.
Okay.
Heikadelic. And not have those funky glasses, man. Those are a step back.
It's just like me from the 70s. Right?
That's perfect, man. I know. I've seen a lot of the pictures that you post, and I go, there he is, right there.
There he is. So
the 70s.
We want to say hi to our friends at Indie Rock Radio in Montreal and the Globe.
Bonjour.
I mean,
hey, boys and girls.
Yeah, feel free to dial us in on Facebook, the Heikadelic Show, or through our website, theheikadelicshow.com.ca. And introducing Twitch. We are on Twitch tonight, so we're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook and Indie Rock Radio. So, yeah, it's Twitch TV. Looks pretty cool. So we're obviously expanding our show. So
yes, we are. That's awesome. And all you folks from Montreal, please don't feel like you can't be part of our show. Mm-hmm. Hook us up on Facebook and fire us a message on Facebook and tell us what you think.
Yeah,
it could be good or bad. We're good either way.
All they care about right now is us filling in space so that if they're out there driving or whatever they're doing, it's not dead air. That's one thing the producer reminded us of. He said, guys, like if it's dead air, you guys are gone. We're kicking you
dead
out.
Air. Oh yeah. He's a tough guy over there at Indie Radio, man. He's just like, you guys do it right or you're out of here.
Yeah, no, you got
Mr. Bling
team over there and fan base, and so so we started about 3 weeks ago with them. We ended up with about 10,000 engagements. So that was really awesome. We did
fantastic.
And brought a lot of people in, and we just noticed from last week's show we had over 450 views on that, and our everything's picking up, and it's so great. And our regular fans make that happen for us because it's very interactive. So
speaking of picking something up, I'm going to pick up this can here, and I need George to play me a song so I can open it. And I want to toast and cheers everybody out there. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
We love you all.
Okay. We did.
That's a prerequisite. If you want to listen to the show or be a part of the show, you have to drink with us.
Well,
right?
You can't be driving though. And because
I don't think anybody driving should be watching us anyways, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. But we got the rock radio people that satellite and internet are in cars now, right? So
I know.
Yeah, go figure. So I I have to say I'm super excited, right? I was telling you, Hike, that I got my Starlink invite today.
Yes.
Starlink is part of SpaceNet, which is owned by um, Elon Musk, who owns Tesla.
Yep.
And I've been waiting for about a year now, hearing about it. And then, of course, they put it out, and they were starting off as they launch satellites. They bring different latitude, longitude areas up, and mine's been a dead zone for quite a while. And this morning, in fact, I went on randomly to check it, and no, sorry, we'll let you know. But this afternoon, I noticed somebody in a page I follow about Starlink, and they said, "Hey, you know what? That satellite they fired up, a couple of rocket they sent up about 2 weeks ago. They've got a location now, but that was like southern U.S. So I thought, what the heck? Tried it, and sure enough, I got in, and I paid my. It's a bit pricey for the hardware and everything, but you own it, I guess, and then it's cheap. But the cool thing about it, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there, but it's got a terabit of download upload capacity. So it's light years ahead of. I'm not even sure there's a computer on Earth that could actually absorb and utilize all of that type of speed. So
the very cool thing they have too is most satellites from everybody else are at 1,000 kilometers.
Right.
Their satellites are at 550 kilometers, so they're a lot closer to Earth.
Right.
So I think that has to do with the latency, the time it takes a signal to travel back and forth and everything. So maybe that's why it's so good.
Yeah, it's gonna honestly, it's pretty amazing. And from what I understand, I can say this: it's for what I'm putting out up front, and monthly, it's like $100 or whatever. But I'm going to replace all my services, right? Like, I mean, I'm going to save potentially $1,000 a month just on other services I'm using. So
because you get rid of everything else.
Yeah, and where I am, you're in the same predicament, Heiko, but we're out in the boonies, and we've got to put up with slow internet.
With absolute crap or next to nothing.
Yeah, and
it's funny. You told me about this months and months ago, and I just got my invitation a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
so it's kind of cool. They're getting around, right?
They absolutely are getting around.
I want this to happen because all that stuff, you have Bell and you have Rogers, the two big companies that freaking own the whole shit. They're in bed with each other, and that's why everybody's paying these absorbently ridiculous prices for communication. And communication now, I've heard lawyers talk about it. I've heard it talked about many, many, many times that it is now a necessity. Even real estate agents are having a hard time selling homes that are an area where there's no internet or bad internet because everybody needs it. And now with COVID and all that stuff, everybody's working from home. Internet is so important. And thank Christ this company has come through and is kicking everybody else's ass and giving us some good quality for a good price. It's about time there's competition out there.
Well, in a nutshell, the byproduct of that is, I'm saving on my communications, and because I get a fairly big house at the ranch. I'm gonna actually just move my studio over there now, right? So I'm saving thousands of dollars.
And so you should, honestly.
I mean, now's not the time to be committing to long leases and stuff like that. So it's all good. I'm very excited, but I'm more excited about. I almost felt emotional because I felt I'm finally liberated. I got into such a scrap with Ma Bell. It's not Ma Bell. Ma went out with a long time ago, but whatever. it really doesn't. It took me, 6 months to. I sent a receiver back, and they lost it somehow, and so it took me 6 months to resolve that. I was not a happy camper.
Yeah, well, they're stupid when it comes to that. And I had a fight with Rogers once,
Right.
and I told them I was so pissed with the way they were treating me. I've been not a lifelong customer, but I've been with them for a long freaking time,
Yeah.
and now they treat me like garbage. So I told them, I said, I'm sick and tired of this nonsense, this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, what they did is I had a package. It was called Me TV. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Okay.
But it was
Yeah, I did,
it was a really good package that they had,
Sure.
and that package had stopped. They stopped selling that package for a long time, but I still had it. And then one day they decided that that package no longer exists, and they changed everything, and they changed my settings and took most of my channels away.
Right.
So I lost my shit. Right?
Yeah.
I said, put it back. They said, well, it's not there anymore. I said, well, I had it this morning. You know?
Yeah.
Just because you're not selling that doesn't mean I can't have that, because I'm paying for that. I've had this all this time. And it was a big fight anyways. And I finally said, okay, I'm done with you guys. I don't want your shit anymore. I said, you go tell whoever you got to tell. But as soon as I'm done with this phone call, I'm disconnecting all your shit that's in my house, and I'm throwing it out on the front lawn. I don't want it anymore. It's your responsibility to come pick it up. And they went, oh my God, you can't do that, sir. I said, yes, I can. I said, it's your crap. I don't want it anymore. Come pick it up.
Well,
long story short, I went through a couple of people, a couple of managers, and I wound up getting 2 years for almost nothing, 85% off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the customer retention at those places, I mean, they're monopolies to the point where they've got so many different people involved. I got Rogers for a little while and bought their, I think it was a Rocket package. It was fine. There was no issue with it. It's just ended up being very costly.
It's expensive.
We had an open door for a while and no issues. And then last August, literally our show was shut down because of it. Right. So, so anyway, you know what? I felt liberated because the monopolies now, I don't know that they're going to have a longevity because of what Starlink is going to do, and then the potential with everything, communications, everything, right? I mean, so much possibility now. But I can't relate about a good package because, a lot of women and select gentlemen say I've got a pretty good package, so I'm not going to.
As well as the voice of an angel.
Oh my God, let's not go there. Kathy's going to start freaking out and screaming.
I think it may have been that the voice of an angel convinced Starlink to do, to send the get everybody online. So today, I'm so excited.
Hey, you know what's funny? Every week, the first name that pops up on our screen is Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
what's up with that guy? He must love us or something.
He absolutely does.
Or are you paying him?
No, he coordinates our fan club because he's our top fan.
He sure is. Hey, buddy.
Derek wanted the name of the company. So the company is Starlink. So if you go to starlink.com, and it's part of SpaceX, and the little backdrop there is all of a majority of the funding apparently from Starlink will go to finance SpaceX, which is sending I think it's a manned mission to Mars. And so what's interesting about that, I mean, Elon Musk is a genius, no doubt, right?
Yes.
And he's got he's building something that you can be part of, sending people to Mars. So once again, it's Starlink, and they're here. So
that Mars trip that's planned for whenever. I think it's sometime this decade, isn't it? Not too far off.
Yeah.
And they've got all these volunteers already in place to go. But the only snag is it's a one-way trip from the thing I was watching and reading about.
Well, I mean, like yourself,
so that's why it's all old farts, right?
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, they're not. So
right. I mean, if it's a 20-year trip, would I get on that bus? I don't know. I mean, if I did that, I'd really have to make some sacrifices. In fact, like The voice of an angel.
No, he couldn't.
I wouldn't be able to do that, right? So
it might not be of this world, but we don't want to be that far off this world. The voice of an angel. We couldn't afford to lose it.
no. I don't think. So Derek's saying that he hears Starlink will not be responsible for loss of connection. So when
that's what that means, Derek, is it's a beta program that you're signing up for. When you go on their site, look for a beta program, and that's where you sign up because no one else has it yet up here. It's all trial. They want to get all the satellites hooked up, and they want to use the beta people. And what it states is that you will lose total connectivity once in a while for a short period of time. It's because they're switching stuff, they're changing stuff. So they're just warning you in advance that you will lose here and there, you will lose connection. That's all it is.
Right. So, and it says that before you actually, kind of order everything. It says,
yeah, it's all explained. Yeah.
But it starts
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
50 MIPS to 150. And then, the download upload speed is something like a terabit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So very exciting. I felt like, I don't know. I felt like it was Christmas. I felt like it was the end of a war. Right, Monopoly war on. So, hey, don't want to get into we don't really get into businessy stuff and politics and all of that because but I'm telling you, some of that stock activity right now is
it's crazy.
Stephanie's saying to stay away from master beta programs. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Stephanie.
I don't know that I can guarantee that.
Thanks for the advice. You're awesome.
Yeah. So,
and George,
stocks, right?
I wanted to tell you something you probably don't know, but Ringo and I were talking about. Remember last time I was showing everybody all the CDs I had from McLean and McLean. And we kind of joked around and we were saying, hey, maybe we should get them on the show.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Ringo did some research and I was looking around too. And he goes, Hike, we got a problem with this getting McLean and McLean on.
Uh-oh.
They're dead.
Yeah. One
of them died in 2001. The other one died in 2008. So it's like, it's too bad for that. But even you look at this, this CD is called Toilet Rock. Look at two guys with the guitars sitting on the throne.
Wait a minute.
These guys, I don't know if you ever heard of them, but
I'm glad you got lots of money, Gracie, because you're so scuzzy. Yep, like that, right?
Oh my God, they're so funny.
Hold on, what's that mechanism you got? Would it be porcelain? So yeah. They were awesome. They were really good, and I like the Dolly Parton one. That was the best.
Yes. So this is what I want to find out is I want to play some of their stuff on the show once in a while because they have all these little quick little tunes. They're like 20 seconds long, right?
Yeah.
So we got to make sure we're covered license wise so we can actually play that kind of shit because it would be great.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure we can play it over on Indie Rock, but we'll look into some stuff like that because, and I just did a little vocal tribute to them, but it would be funny because they were hilarious back in the day.
I had to listen to the CDs in the car. People must have seen me. They must have thought I was drunk or something because I must have been all over the road because I was laughing so freaking hard.
Oh boy!
Oh yeah. Funny and dirty.
There's a lot of acts and duos and singles that have come up sort of after them, and oh gosh, can't think of the names right now, but they're hilarious. There's nothing like taking a lot of funny concepts and racy concepts and jamming them into a song, right? But,
well, they were from the East Coast, right? And then they were talking about how they have contests, this type of songs, that type of songs. And then they were talking about some of the great tunes from the 70s and 80s, where they had like BTO, like You Ain't See Nothing Yet, like that, like how they stutter. So they come up with a new thing, and they called speech impediment rock. And they start, and then they get the guitars out and they start singing, right? It's so funny.
Nice.
You gotta look them up, George. You gotta listen to them if you haven't heard them before.
Yeah, I haven't heard them. I don't think.
Oh, have you?
No, I don't.
Oh, geez, McLean and McLean. Look them up.
Whoa, where do you think I get that line? Whoa, that's not my pump.
Yeah,
it wasn't Austin Powers. So Stephanie says they were dying to get on our show. So yeah, Stephanie.
Oh my God, where did she get these lines from?
I don't know, but I like the other. Don't be a master beta. Yeah, okay. This is great.
Stephanie, you want to be on the show one day? I think we should do that. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then she says they couldn't wait to hear the voice of an angel because hence they died.
Yeah, so they went up early, right?
Talking of voices,
so now they're hearing so many voices of angels now.
Yeah.
Instead of the one that really matters. Voice of an angel. So yeah.
Talking of voices, I've got a mystery voice for you this week again to play.
All right.
Oh
I was just gonna say we should get into some of your trivia stuff now.
Yeah, we have to do that, but look at. So Stephanie says, "I bet their last song was Stairway to Heaven."
Oh my God!
I bet the favorite group was the Grateful Dead.
Oh my! Oh, here we go. Let's keep it rolling.
Keep the lines coming, folks.
Highway to Hell. Oh yeah,
very good. Yeah. If anyone can continue that, let's hear it for sure. Yeah.
McLean and McLean's last song was Stairway. Yeah, I think they were really great, though. Really, actually, pretty intelligent guys.
And they could actually sing really good together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody can look this up. Maybe Stephanie. She's pretty quick at doing that sort of thing. But I think they came to Sudbury one time. So
yes, they did. They did
quite a lot, right? Like,
yep. They mentioned that on one of the CDs that I have that they were in Sudbury.
Right, and if I remember, it's a little foggy, but I'm wondering if they did a bill with Stompin' Tom.
I know a guy they were best buddies with, and they do have stuff. If you go on YouTube, that they have live footage of them with him, and actually, he's also on one of my CDs, and that's Burton Cummings.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep, they were buddies with him, and he did a lot of stuff with them. Yeah,
right. Yeah. Oh, he's not. No, he's still kicking, right?
He's still kicking, but they're gone. They're gone.
His career's dead. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. He's awesome. Actually,
Burton Cummings. I think he's awesome.
Amazing.
You hear his voice, and right away you know it's him.
Yeah.
And very, very freaking talented guy.
Did he do that like American Woman thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him twice live.
All right.
And he was super good, super cool.
I seen him once at some kind of a festival-y thing. But
yeah.
You see so many bands that when you get our age, not George's age, but our age, you kind of forget. That's what amazes me about George, right? Like I dwarf him by like half his age probably. And like he's got the details down to a science, right?
Yes. Yes.
It suggests he's an absolutely brilliant person who does a lot of listening, all right, and retention. Or the opposite is he's a sociopath, and we gotta watch out.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
You're always talking about the memoirs, right? And I think that would be. I'll be first in line to buy those. Or hopefully,
I've actually shelved them for the last month or two because it takes you back, and you go, yeah, it was great. This is great, up at the tower and blah, blah. And then you remember some of the bad times, but you put everything in there, right? You can't just.
Yeah.
It was fantastic every day of the week, and all the crap that and certain people he met over 10 years almost, right? So it's all that, And that's only a fifth of my career, so there's another 40 years. document.
It's very funny because at one of the Burton Cummings concerts, I was just having my beer and I was looking around and stuff, and I looked back behind where I was sitting, and I happened to look down one of the aisles that all the people walked down, and I saw this guy there, and I go, I know who that is, and I went over there and I walked right up to him, and he had like bodyguards around him and stuff like that, and I walked right up, hey, how's it going? And he was like stunned because he had no clue who the hell I was, right? He'd never met me before. But I made out like I was his buddy. And I shook his hand. I talked to him for a few minutes, and all his bodyguards were all puffy and standing there and everything. Yeah. It was David Carradine.
No way.
Oh,
yeah. And he had like a lumber jacket on and jeans with holes in the knees and stuff like that. And he's just coming in for the concert. And I went right up to him, eh? Oh. But it's funny who you meet sometimes, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was shopping up in Muskoka, and I met Catherine O'Hara up there. She was in a dollar store, and she's of course on Schitt's Creek, and she's just an amazing actress. Right?
She's great, man. She's great.
Yeah. But she had like a couple of shopping carts going. I guess it was kind of like probably something going on because they were all like toys and stuff like that. But
yeah, buying props for a show or something.
Yeah, and Muskoka, I was up there for probably 10 or 11 years, and it was actually a really great place to see actors and famous people. There's so many people that cottage up that way, right? Yep. So, yeah, everybody's saying, George, you look like Burton Cummings, and
I've heard that before. I've been told that before.
Okay, sing us a little something.
You don't want to hear. I don't have the voice of an angel. So
I know you don't, but you can.
But voice of Burton Cummings, maybe.
I'll tell you what. You can.
Okay, so I'm a DJ. I'm not in a band. I don't sing. I just.
Okay. So what we're going to do, George, we'll put you full screen like that, and you figure out a song, and you can lip sync it, and I'll sing in the background with the voice of an angel.
Jeez. Okay, I'll just kick back and drink and watch you guys.
Should we do American Woman?
I don't know the words.
Okay, follow me. American Woman.
American Woman.
Draw it out a little bit. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and
American Woman.
Yeah, you can't. That wasn't lip singing. That was like that was like Tom Brady yesterday, right? Like, come on, guys, we need a goal.
No, I can't do it.
Okay, we're okay. Let's. That little bit can't continue because let me see here.
Huh?
Exit there. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Stephanie's saying her husband is the spitting image of Burton Cummings.
Oh.
Wow, lucky you.
Yeah, there's something timeless about a handlebar mustache. There really is.
Yeah.
So but like whether it be, but you don't see it in porn too much anymore, right? Like
no.
In vintage, yes, not so much the stuff now. Like now it's about being hairless, right? So
that's just gross.
Well, no, like you don't see these squirrely mustaches anymore.
My neighbor, my buddy across the street, he has a big handlebar mustache.
Is he a porn star?
Well, he could be.
Or does he ride a bike?
He does ride a bike.
Or is he on a talk show?
Not yet. We're going to work on him. We'll have him on one day. It's funny. His wife still blames me because there was a big neighborhood corn roast going on.
Yeah.
And just for fun, right? I got Alana and I were going over, and it's like to leave my driveway and go to my neighbor's place. Right. It's a half a kilometer walk, right? It's not just down one driveway and up the next. Like our driveways are freaking long.
Yeah.
So I said, let's get on the bike. So I rode the motorcycle right across the street to my neighbor's house, right?
Nice.
And then my other neighbor, he loved my bike and this and that. So I took him out for a little boot and everything. So he bought a bike now too, and he rides with me. And his wife said, "It's all your freaking fault."
So we're gonna take a very, very short break, and then we're gonna get Nick in from Downforce Detailing.
Are you going to play his cool little quick commercial? Because I love it. It's awesome.
We will. We will.
You better subscribe to Pine Tree Line Outdoors, and here's why. Have a look. It's been an incredible time. Aubrey Falls. Why are we here? What is this abomination behind us? Okay.
There he is.
So we've got Nick from Downforce Detailing. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
How's it going?
Good.
Not bad.
Good. We
Uh,
were just saying before you came on, we said we need to come in and clean us up a little
That's
bit
right.
because
yes, absolutely.
I've been watching in the background, mixing some chemicals. So
Oh, nice.
Oh. perfect.
yeah.
There you go. I
What kind of chemicals? I mean, like I know you, and to me, I thought you get car shampoo and whatever, but it's a whole science. You've got all this stuff in your shop that you do.
Yeah, the cleaning chemical world has come a long way over the last 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
So your standard waxes and paint sealants are they still exist and have a place, but are almost extinct at this point now.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. Eh?
Well, I heard too that a lot of people are using products that you buy. I'm not going to throw any names out there, but that you could buy readily that everyone says they're great for cleaning the interior of cars. And I hear a lot of those products, you use them on your dashboard and they wind up drying out the dashboard and it starts cracking after a period of time. So
Yeah, that's sort of that was a thing in the past, and
Yeah.
That's because a lot of the cleaning chemicals and stuff back in the day, they were actually solvent based cleaners. That's sort of, they're not using those kind of things for interior cleaners anymore. There's a lot of alkaline based cleaners which are designed to really help cut through some stuff, but the side effect is they're acidic and can cause a lot of damage. So that's
Right.
why most of the products I use and sell, they're all biodegradable. They're green products, so it's like natural, like citrus, for instance. So it's an orange cleaner and things like that. It's better for the environment and not corrosive or damaging to the vehicles I clean.
I hear a lot of the orange products actually work very well in cutting grease and grime and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's some of the strongest, natural grease cutting, formulation that you can get as a citrus based cleaner. And the only side effect is they're a little more expensive because they're an all natural product.
Of course.
right.
Yeah.
So you guys do cars complete, bumper to bumper, top to bottom, inside out, like the whole show, right? You do everything?
Yeah, absolutely. Paint correction, paintless dent removal, windshield replacements, window tinting, paint protection films. You pretty much, you name it, and we can pretty much take care of it. Paint correction's more of my specialty. It's something I've really been focused on for a long time. But I've been doing this for 20 years now. So yeah, pretty much anything top to bottom, inside out, bumper to bumper, I can fix it or get it fixed or clean it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
You have a
doable.
Facebook page, and you've done a lot of befores and afters on there, haven't you? Your Facebook page. Is that just Downforce Detailing? If people want to have a look.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so on Instagram, it's the real Downforce Detailing. Facebook, it's Downforce Detailing. Downforce Detailing on TikTok. So I've got some videos and stuff on there. I'm trying to increase my video content and sort of learn how to record and edit video and things like that. So I've been playing with it and doing some test videos. So I've got some stuff, posted and things I'm working on.
Yeah.
But it's I'm like a one-man show, so trying to run the business and run numbers and grow the business and do the cleaning. It's hard to find time to record and edit all at the same time too. So
well, that's why you're talking with us now. We have some talented people working with us that could probably help you out too.
Yeah,
like the guy right above you.
yeah. Well, I would any help or advice, I'm always open to listening.
Yeah.
Nice.
Voice of an angel.
Oh, that come in real handy, right?
That's going to just make the dirt fall off the car.
Okay, so Nick, I a couple of months ago, like we run your commercial and all that. And by the way, people, if you want specifics on how to get a hold of Nick, go to heikadelicshow.com or .ca. They're on our member page, and so you can click their link right from there and go right into their page. So easy peasy to find.
Yes.
So Nick, I went to your site and I looked at the photographs, and you got them broken down by car series and stuff like that. Very, very cool. I mean, some of these, like, I was embarrassed. I was telling George, I got to get my truck. I've got an F-150, right? And it looks like I've drug it through hell, which I'm an outdoorsy guy, right? I keep everything else in my life pretty orderly, but my truck, I love it so much. I keep it nice and dirty. That's how I like it. But,
wow, you must be one of the lucky ones, because my F-150 was the absolute worst fucking piece of shit vehicle I ever owned. And even my mechanic told me, he said, do not ever bring that back to my shop again.
Yeah.
So and I just had it towed away. It's gone.
I was worried bringing it to Downforce that they'd laugh at me. But okay, so when I saw the pictures, Nick, man, some of those, like you've just completely night and day. My back screen here, I've got a truck and like an interior, but you have the original pictures, and I didn't want to shame anybody out there, but like, go have a look at the pictures. Just amazing. Like, these guys must get in there with toothpicks and like kind of like Q-tips and stuff to really get into the fine cracks. I don't know how do you guys do that? You don't have to give away all your secrets, but
well, so basically it comes down to properly mixed chemicals to dissolve the the contaminants and the tight spots and things like that. And your every detailer's best friend, I've told hundreds of detailers this and they just won't listen, but a little detail brush, an air gun, and not too much liquid, and a little elbow grease, and just where there's a nook and cranny, you look at it, you clean it, and you don't move on until it's clean. It's that simple. If there's dirt, remove it. And it's
awesome.
It's just passion time. That's all. There's no no super special tool that abracadabras anything. It just comes down to caring.
So the tool and time takes patience. So I get like 10 minutes into it and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Wow. There you go. Look at Keisha's message right there.
Yeah.
She said, I was just checking out the Instagram site, saw a gorgeous Jeep. Maybe I'll have to bring mine down. So there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keisha. That's awesome.
My whole concept of business was quality over quantity. I've been working at a lot of shops. Obviously, like my business has been open 5 years now, but up to then I've been detailing pretty much all my life, or working career for the most part. And everybody is get it in, get it out. There's still stuff between the seats, and the windows aren't cleaned correctly. And it drove me nuts knowing what was possible to be done. So the whole basis of my business was essentially I'm involved with the race car world. So I know there's a bit of a race car detailing market that I tapped into a little bit for that, hence the Downforce detailing. And I have my own race car and stuff. So it was sort of a play on the racing world. But I just saw a need for somebody to step up and just offer true high quality detailing and not just a word on a website. And so I've got dealers that come from Etobicoke to Oshawa to get their vehicles cleaned, and guys I've had on board for close to 7-8 years that I've done in previous places that followed me over. So it's just quality and just doing it right is, what I really focus on.
Well, and that's awesome. I get that, because I was just at a place where they do the car wash, and then your car, it's all inside. It goes into a room, and then they do the trunk, they vacuum, they clean, they wash everything. And you can sit in these chairs in a lounge and have a coffee while your car goes through and they clean it. But I'm watching them, and they got these dirty old bath towels hanging on a rack. And when your car comes in, they open the door and they take this dirty towel and they wipe your whole dashboard and everything all down and everything. And it's like, what the hell? You're not cleaning. You're just smushing the dirt around.
Well,
right?
I mean,
like, come on.
In the new world with COVID and everything, the most disgusting places are your cell phone and your inside of your car, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't want to see that. In fact, I don't want to say which place it was, but there's a place in the downtown area of Oshawa, actually. But anyway, I drove in, immediately just looked at it. It was a little bit of a lineup, 2 or 3 cars. But then I watched them because they were doing like a pre-wash or pre-rinse or something. And they were doing exactly that. I mean, it was just using the same thing on each car. But what I did like about it was they weren't paying attention. They weren't looking down to see what they were kind of polishing or rubbing or cleaning, and they were talking to each other and just and I guess like that's okay, but it just looked like they're not. It was like autopilot, right? And it's like, well, okay, what if you missed the spot, right? Then
and those type of locations that you're referring to as well. Keeping in mind price range that you're looking at, because those I know which location you're specifically referring to, and the price range that you're going to pay there and what you're going to get is drastically different to my type of services. So they're even faster than the places I used to work that I was even frustrated with. So I would never be able to work there. But those are like in and out quick, sort of thing that gets you happy enough that you're like, for $40 or whatever you pay, you're good.
And you're on your way. So Brian, quality over quantity, which you're just kind of alluding to. But Derek had a question. I'm just going to bring it back. What's the craziest thing you found in a car?
Well,
that's fine. It's not my pump.
Yeah, we have no filter needed on here, I guess.
No.
So this is going back quite a few years now, but I had a gentleman drop off his truck for a cleaning, and while removing contents, picked up a bag that for some reason the bottom of the bag was blown out, and a cock pump and a big jug of lube and a DVD saying "My First Porno" fell out.
Nice.
So that's probably one of the more rare ones, but
by the way, that's not how me and Nick met, by the way.
George doesn't have a truck.
I've never had a truck.
Well,
bloody hell.
I've met Nick a few times. But it's like that you ought to see some really weird. What about blood stains? You ever maybe some kind of something went down, and if you had to call it in.
Well, I've never had anything like that where I've actually thought to myself I should probably call the police, but I have had a vehicle where somebody spilt a bucket of fish guts that was going to a bear bait and left it in their car for a weekend in the sun. And I can tell you that you'd want a hazmat suit. The insurance company actually wrote that vehicle off. It was there was nothing I could do with it. It was just too far gone.
Like, not to get morbid, then let's take it up a notch. And what about, like, has anybody, like, let's say somebody who's died in a car and been stuck in it for a day or two? Do you just write those off, or did people bring them over to?
Well, anytime something like that would happen, because police would be involved, they have actually special hazmat teams and stuff that take care of that. Yeah, nobody's ever brought me a car yet that's been like, hey, some guy died a couple weeks ago. Can you pull him out of the trunk?
Can you get
if you want like the raunchiest thing I've ever pulled out of a car, I cleaned a woman's car that she left used tampons wedged between her seats while sitting in traffic. Would just pull them out and stuff them between the seats. I've dealt with that.
That's just
fuck.
Yeah, but like, you should, like, I mean, if you live on a lot of land and you've got a septic system, you're fishing them out of the
no
the drain pipe.
Okay, you know what? We're going this way. I want to go a bit this way. So I'm going to say, what is the absolute coolest vehicle you've ever cleaned?
I had the pleasure of working on a Lamborghini LP720,
Nice.
which the Aventador, pretty sick car. Hard to move. It takes a bit of skill getting used to looking out of one of those and backing up while worrying about crashing into something. But probably the Lamborghinis. I've got to work on some radical race cars. That's a specialty car from Europe, Radical Canada. I've done some polishing work for them, a couple Ferraris and stuff, race car wise. And
nice.
I've, being around the race car world, I've, GT3s and RSs and all those fun stuff. So,
I love the
exotic world. Yeah.
Nice.
They are. I will have an RS before I die.
So
nice. Good one.
My car right now is the i8. I love those cars.
Yeah.
But I mean, what base price on one of those got to be 200-ish. So
have
Nick,
you ever had the opportunity to clean a Volkswagen Beetle?
An original?
Yes.
No.
Oh, really?
No, never cleaned one of those.
I just thought this was going to go funny, but oh my God, you've never. Just a cool, easy car to clean, and I still remember the ads they had on those 1972 Volkswagen Beetle. They had an ad out, and it said, "It's the fastest production car ever built for the first foot."
Yeah.
For the first foot.
Okay, yeah, but Stephanie's asking if you use a black light to find
Nice job, Stephanie.
Yeah.
But all kidding aside, though, I love my truck. Though she's a little dirty, it's good with me. But I really want to clean. It's because Heiko and I and George are celebrities. George is more of a celebrity than I am, but he's got that.
My wife's stepdad, he's a celebrity. He went out and bought himself one of those the Hellcats. You ever hear of those?
Oh, yeah.
The Challenger Hellcat, 700 horsepower. Do you have a car like that in there, Nick? Something like that?
Not specifically a Hellcat at this shop, but I have worked on one at another location.
Yeah.
Doing a ceramic coating.
But
I've worked on a Dodge Demon as well, which is the even faster one.
That's another 100 horsepower on top.
Yeah, the red eye.
800 horsepower. Ringo.
Yeah, pretty sick stuff. But I'm waiting to see one of those Camaros, the Exorcist from GM is coming out with the Camaro Exorcist or something, which is supposed to be more than the Demon, so it slays the Demon is the idea, right?
You won't see one of those.
Oh, they're not doing it now?
No, they did, and they suck. They actually nicknamed it the Demon Eater because they had 1,000 horsepower where the Demon's only 800.
Yeah.
Right? Not even the Demon, but the Hellcat killed it.
Really?
Killed it in the race. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Piece of shit car. So that's why you're not going to hear about them anymore.
That's funny.
They tried, but nah. So actually, what he's doing, he's trading his Hellcat in, and he's going to pick up one of those brand new Dodge Ram pickups, and they have the 700 horsepower Hellcat engine in them.
Oh, that's the T-Rex or something, right?
Yeah, the TXR or something they're called.
Yeah. If you pop the hood, there's actually a picture of a T-Rex eating a raptor underneath the hood.
Yeah. He's getting one of those.
Nice.
A guy actually at my shop here around the corner, He ordered one, so I don't know when he's getting his, but he's already booked it in for ceramic coating whenever he gets it, kind of thing.
Wow,
He
that's
says,
amazing, eh?
The Camaro Exorcist, it will turn your head.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Camaros do nothing for me.
So, yeah, so Nick, I've got a 1967 Beaumont.
Yes, nice car.
Yeah, that one I keep tidy. It could use detailing though, but definitely my truck. So that's a possibility. So would you ever do a golf cart? And I'm not even kidding about it. Like I've done a couple of rebuilds on golf carts, and I've got one that really just needs some touch up. And I thought, and definitely like a good compound kind of thing, right? But
I basically clean anything. If we can get it to the shop and in the shop, I can clean it.
Okay, that's cool, because I was going to ask you if you do bikes, motorcycles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
because it's funny. A couple years back, I was on Prince Edward Island on my bike with a group of people, and it was a rainy day, and we had a detour road closure, and we had to go down this dirt road, and it was that red, slimy mud, and we were all over the place. And this is not a word of a lie. 3 years later, I sat down and been cleaning my bike, and I still find that red mud in spots in my bike.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to take it somewhere and have somebody do like a pristine, complete, clean job on my bike. You guys do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a few clients. A couple of them will actually like bring their bike and they basically disassemble it on the spot, and then we clean everything, and then they sort of reassemble their bike and away they go, kind of thing. So, So we do that with cars too. So like when you get into like my stage 5 packages, those are like full custom. You bring your car, we go over it, and you basically tell me what you want to do. But a lot of those clients, those are like show cars. So those, we're putting it up on up on jack stands, all wheels off, like all suspension by hand, all brake lines, like underneath the car, clean that's like full clean. Something like that. I would spend
I used to do
2 to
that
5
with
days.
my buddies. Yeah, with my buddies, we used to do that. We had show cars, and same thing. They're up on the hoist, and you got 4 guys working on the car for 2 days because there's chrome underneath the car and shit, and you're polishing and cleaning everything. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, so
cleaning mirrors.
You guys do that kind of detailed work then. That's incredible. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
So Stephanie's asking how many hours it takes to clean the golf cart. 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Nice. But,
wow, Stephanie, you're just so full of it. You're amazing.
Yeah. I got a Harley, and Heiko's got.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's too bad.
Another bike, whatever that is. But I have a 1975 BMW.
That's cool. That is so cool.
So if anybody wants to buy it, just hit me up.
Okay. George, I need your help.
Okay.
Can you help me? Everybody grab your drink. It's time for a toast. Cheers.
To be honest, George, I'm breaking my new rules.
Oh yeah?
Well, I've made a bit of a life change over the last little while here. Yep. So I quit smoking. I actually quit drinking technically, but for tonight I made a special privilege to have one with you guys tonight.
Wow, that's really special, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'm changing my diet, quitting smoking, just trying to eat healthier. I started exercising and stuff.
Good.
So
it's really good.
Just time to make some changes.
Yeah. So
you
went for a 10K walk today. I saw that.
Yeah, that wasn't even supposed to happen, actually.
That's pretty cheap for a 10K walk today.
Yeah, so I got I got thinking of some stuff today, and I was just like, you know what, I just need to get out of the shop and go for a walk, clear my head a little bit, and next thing I know, I was down at the lake. So I was like, well, I better get back because the sun's going to be gone soon. So I made my way back, and on the way back, snapped some pictures of some nature stuff I saw. It's on my personal Facebook. I didn't put on the business page, but
right.
Yeah, so it felt good.
Talking to clear in your head. I mean, we've known each other. I don't know. It's coming up to about 5 years now, right? Something like that.
More than that, even, I think.
Okay, so I remember like you've given me like these cleaners because say I'm going to do the van, I'm going to clean this or that, the other, and you go, you won't be able to buy this in Canadian Tire, and fill up this spray bottle for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's one you gave me, and he said, when you're doing your rims with this, make sure it doesn't go on your driveway because it'll just create a hole.
Yeah, that's the essence. Yeah.
So actually, Nick,
I have the good stuff.
So I was just thinking that when he said you went out for a walk to clear your head, have you ever had a problem? Because you use all these chemicals, everything's like, whoa, that's good, or
No, because like I said, my stuff's pretty much all green product and stuff. So, it's not like resins or paints and stuff where you have harsh fumes coming off.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I do wear masks when using anything that's of any concern to.
Yeah.
But that kind of brings me to a question I had about a really good rim job. The no, a serious question.
You went there.
There's so many. My mother's car has her rims have corroded, right, to the point where the cold really affects them, and then all of a sudden, bam, you got a flat tire. And the tires aren't that old, but
Is this a GM product?
It's a Chrysler.
Chrysler.
I'd think about that one, but So I was wondering, like,
you still have that car?
What?
I thought you were selling that car. Your mom's Avenger or whatever it's called.
That's long. That was the other. No, that one's long gone. Yeah. So is there anything like a preventative sort of thing you can do with the rims that might, because it seems to be around the edging of the rims. They're probably cheap alloy rims, but
yeah. So once they get to a point where they're already starting to corrode or something, there's obviously nothing at that point you can do, because once it's into the rim and under the coating, you're pretty much toast. But for like a brand new vehicle, for instance, that doesn't have a lot of kilometers and stuff, I do have special ceramic coatings for the rims, which is going to give you like basically the ultimate in protection, for rims and paints. I've got glass coatings, you name it. I can ceramic coat anything, but yeah, we can protect rims.
Right. Oh, that's it's good, because it's definitely an area that I think preventative is everything. I mean, so many people used to laugh at undercoating and even well, I know backyard mechanics that would grease chassis and stuff. And
you know what? I still remember when I had one of my first cars, I got a bucket of grease and a paintbrush, and I jacked the car up and I laid underneath the car and I painted the whole bottom with grease with a paintbrush.
Right.
That's before they had, Crown and all these places that did undercoatings. You had to do it yourself, right?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
I used to work at a place where they did a lot of oil changes, and the owner of the place would save all the used motor oil, and then he would just shoot the underside of his vehicles with this used motor oil and then drive down a gravel road and seal it up that way.
That's right. And I heard the same. That's what I know is instead of motor oil, I heard that what they used to use was transmission fluid, which is better because it's more sticky.
Yeah.
And they would spray the whole bottom of the car with transmission fluid, and then find a dirt road and bomb up and down the dirt road for a bit.
Yeah.
And all the dust would stick to it, and you would seal the car up, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Redneck undercoat. So
it's kind of like taking something and rolling it in flour, looking for the wet spot, right? It's get her done.
Okay, so
I have a question for Nick. I mean, so what got you into detailing cars? I mean, as a kid, were you always cleaning your dad's car or going out there? And Dad, can I clean your car again?
Yeah,
How did it into it?
to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure where it all came from. I can't really give you a solid answer, but I remember, like you just said, just my dad had this old Dodge Neon way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
We used to live out in the county, and I remember just washing it one day, and then the neighbor asked if I could wash his car, so I did that, and I just kind of enjoyed it, and then life went on, and I forgot all about it, and then an opportunity came up, work at a detail shop, and I took the job, and I actually got fired from that job, believe it or not, for not doing a good enough job. The owner actually came over and he told me, he says, some people got it and some people don't. And he's like, unfortunately, you just don't have it. But it's like I'd love for him to come by the shop now and have a little detailing test side by side and see how he does now.
Because you have a double unit now, right? When I met you, you just had the one unit, and then you expanded a few years ago and bought the unit next door, right? So
yeah, I got 2 spots now. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
But see, that was the thing. Like you had that saying back in the day, and I'm gonna use the same one. Back in the day, if you loved your car or had pride in your car, Saturday you were always out having a beer or whatever, and you cleaned your car inside out. You washed it, you vacuumed it, you did the windows, right? That was the thing we used to do. Saturdays, you cleaned the car, right?
Yeah. Have a beer, chill out in the garage, listen to some tunes.
Yeah.
And it was done until the next rain came, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So Stephanie,
that's how it is now. My car gets cleaned when it rains.
So Stephanie and Derek went toe to toe on the rim job comment, but
I know, eh?
it just was I was cracking up. So Derek, the Dodge Neon SRTs are pretty sick cars.
Those are fast cars.
Yes, they are.
Our biggest fan comment, and actually Stephanie's reached top fan status in just a few weeks. So, but she's asking if you wear Daisy Dukes when you're detailing.
For the right amount of money, I'll wear anything.
Exactly. At the car wash. But yeah, that really wasn't the voice of an angel. But and then Derek says, "Doesn't everyone?" But here's something cool. So Jeff had a PT Cruiser GT with the same engine, pretty much the same car, 220 horse with turbo. Yeah, in that time period, there were a few cars that were all kind of like kind of competing, and they're all the same car if you swap.
So the story I heard about the SRT motor was that motor was actually produced, or this is what I've heard. I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but that the motor was actually produced for a racing series that got canceled at the last minute, and they came up with, what do we do with all these motors we just produced now? And so they're like, let's stuff it in a Neon, and that's basically where the SRT life came from, I believe.
You're talking about the 4-cylinder, right?
Yeah, the 2.4 liter turbo motor.
Yeah,
and then they just started stuffing it and everything. Yeah, there's guys that they take that motor, you make 600 horsepower pretty easily with those.
I drove one of the SRT4s, the original Neon, and then they got rid of that body style, and then they went to the what's it? Not the Cavalier. What was it called?
Cabriolet.
What was the Chrysler? It was a little station wagon type little.
Oh, that's miniature. The PT Cruiser.
Yeah. No, there was another one.
Oh, the Caliber. The Dodge Caliber SRTs.
And they put an SRT in that too. And
same motor.
Yes, I drove both. I wanted to buy both. But what they had done is they put manual sliding seats in them and sunroofs in every single one. So me being a tall guy, I couldn't fit in the car. My head was up against the roof. I was like this, trying to drive the car and put the seat way back, do the Gino thing. But I tried both of them. I couldn't buy it. I just couldn't do it. But Oh my God, were they fast? Especially the first one, the Neon, the SRT4 Neons. Quick little car. The first year they put them out, this is fact that the only thing that was quicker than that car in that year that Chrysler built was the Viper.
Yes, I heard that.
Those cars were that fast.
Yeah, the Viper was a super car. That was awesome.
Yeah.
My first car was an 89 Mazda MX-6 GT Turbo, and that was a 2.2 liter turbo. And that car just stomped almost anything on the road. That thing was so fast.
Those 2.2s were awesome.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And now I've been a Mazda guy ever since because of that. So I've had the RX-7s. I had a 2006 Mazda Speed 6, which was my favorite car I've ever owned so far.
Yeah.
And now the race car I'm building is a 2007 Mazda Speed 6.
Nice.
So
what type of race car is it?
It's a road course car, so for like Canadian Tire Motorsport Park kind of place.
Okay. Yeah. What class is that in?
Well, so it's going to be in what's called the GT Sprints, which is it's cars ranging from like full prepped, like tube chassis Trans Am cars, all the way down to almost a bone stock, like Nissan Sentras kind of thing. Yeah. And once it's all said and done, the car should be, somewhere in the 350 horsepower range. So it'll be a solid GT4 car, Yep. And then once I get comfortable with it and do some more upgrades and stuff, it'd be nice to run a challenging GT3 kind of, place. Anything higher than that, you got to get into the big horsepower and big money. Yeah.
Right.
Well, have you been on that track yet?
Oh yeah. I had another race car. I used to work for a company called BRG. It was actually a Porsche racing company. So I used to travel all over the States and stuff doing the Grand Am series and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been involved for racing for a long time, and I've been sort of helping with the race world as much as I can. Yeah. And then when I was racing, doing that. So now that I'm building the car, so hopefully COVID will lift and racing will resume soon.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, and there, I'm just fucking shocked at what COVID is affecting, because it shouldn't affect that whatsoever.
Right.
There's no way you're going to get closer than 6 feet to another guy because you're in your own freaking car. Right.
Well, yeah. So it's not so much the guys on the track. It's like, in order to run a race car, especially those bigger like GT1, GT2 cars that I was talking about, just to operate one car is like a 5-6 people operation in some cases. So that's where the problem sort of lies. Is it's not so much it's the groups of people within the pits and stuff.
But that's your bubble, right?
Well, not really, because you have a lot of friends and family that travel around and get together to help and things like that. So yeah, some of the pro teams are like that. And we did run last year during COVID. All the safety protocols were put into place and everything was sort of set up. And the only thing, we weren't allowed to have spectators. So the only people allowed in were people that were, there to, run the event, or our crew, safety, things like that. So it'll probably be the same this year. I would suspect that, with the COVID restrictions being lifted in my area anyway, on Monday, I believe it is. I suspect the racing season will go forward again this year, but similar to last year with
it should.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
We're gonna take a 30-second interlude. We've got some news coming in from the field.
Now let's take a moment to review some of the global headlines from the internet news. Believe it. Believe it all.
Hey, this is Spiffy Vengeance, and I'm reporting for the Heikadelic Show. In behind me, you can see the war of the worlds going on as we speak. It's amazing. It's a light show. It's over the Pickering Darlington nuke plant, but we're not sure what's going on. We think it's aliens, because if you watch, we've been watching this for almost an hour now, and the light show is incredible. What we thought was just a storm appears to be possibly alien invading the Durham region. This is Stiffy Vengeance, and I am going to try and stay awake and watch the show behind me, and hopefully I won't get probed. See you on the Heikadelic Show Monday night.
And we're back.
That's a great little commercial. I love it.
Yeah, I got 3 of those done by Fiverr, I believe it was. It was like $15, and I got 3 different digital,
Nice
things, animated logos done there like that.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Hey.
technology is so, accessible now, and yeah, it's good stuff. Go
There's-
ahead.
There's something I need to mention. Stiffy Vengeance there
Yeah.
needs to meet Gail from Letterkenny.
Oh, okay. We'll see. If
You know
we
who that is, right?
Yeah, for
The
sure.
bartender? Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
need to meet. Yeah. Because Gail will just give a tour like a
Oh yeah. So, fun fact about that, Nick. I grew up in Sudbury, right, where they film a lot of the Letterkenny stuff, and
Yeah.
in the bar that she worked in for a bit, it's called the Star Tavern, and that was
Yeah.
actually the first bar. I'm a musician sometimes, but that was the first bar I played in. I think I was like 15 at the time.
Wow.
But
So it's not called Modine's?
no, it's not. No, it's the Star Tavern. I think the 3rd episode or something it came up in the first series, right? So
Yeah. That's so cool.
So
I love that show, by the way. I
Good.
watch it over and over. Like I watch the whole series front to end, and then I'll watch it again.
So everybody seems to be talking about electric cars out there. Any detailing differences? I guess with the engine, it might be a little.
Well, the lack of.
Right.
So just because they're high voltage, electrical or electricity within the vehicle, there's, it's not quite as easily to. You got to watch where the liquids that you're using and things go, and
You want to stick your tongue on it? Yeah, got it.
yeah. You don't normally grab wires just to see if they're live and things, but
No?
I tend not to. But I mean, you're more than welcome to try.
So Stephanie's saying she spent less than $100 in gas in the last year. Oh my gosh, that's pretty cheap. So she's got
On what?
a Volt her car. It's got one of those.
Well, why is she spending money on gas? Is it electric?
It's electric.
Well, those still have a gas motor to charge.
Oh,
them, I believe.
they're the hybrid. They have both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like a Prius. The Volt is mainly all electric with charging capabilities from the electric motor, where the Priuses are sort of they're more gas, powered with assist of electric, and then the motor or the brakes is actually what charges the Prius batteries.
So Brian's saying he's spent $0 in 39 years on his mountain bike.
Yeah.
Perfect, Brian. You're awesome.
I'm sure for a price, Nick's team will detail that mountain bike, right?
Well,
I tell you what.
That's actually my brother, so he gets it for free.
Well, welcome to the show. And I want to welcome our Indie Rock Radio listeners out there. And if you're looking to connect or comment, we're on the Heikadelic Show on Facebook, YouTube, and now Twitch. So welcome Twitch TV listeners out there and watchers and all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
So
if you've just joined us, we've got a special guest on tonight, Nick Arnold from Downforce Detailing, just in case anyone has just tuned in and wondering who the voice belongs to.
Yeah, who's a good-looking guy is in
strange-looking
the bottom
person
corner.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So welcome, Nick. And yeah, so folks, if you're in the Durham area or beyond, passing through, because a lot of Montreal's in Montreal, they often come through the Toronto area. So, set up an appointment with Nick and his team. He can get you out there.
Yeah.
You're listening to Voice of an Angel.
Yeah, and as of until they officially lift this sort of stay-at-home order too, which I believe is happening Monday. But if something crazy happens and they end up, extending it, I'm actually not allowed to take any retail work in now until Monday, technically.
Good point.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, really?
Yeah. No, seriously though, you got to, and we're always promoting, stick to the rules.
I know we do.
So Heiko, your question about the, why are we flying right now? It's like, why are we putting kids in school? And they started this week, I believe, but
today,
today, So I don't know. Hopefully, it's safe. I don't
I don't even want to get into it because
it's such a sordid. And
I have so much to say, but it's what I believe, what I think, right?
But so here's the thing that we can all agree on, right? Whether it's you're homebound looking after your kids and that's impacting whatever else you do, or just your sanity. There's that. There's the fact that I think kids' educations are well compromised at this point because if you're struggling in school, the homeschooling and all of that just didn't gap it for everybody. But regardless of that, regardless of whether you've lost a business or lost a job, which is horrible, okay, and whether you believe that this was a conspiracy or the Illuminati or brought to us by aliens, it's all the same. We're all affected in some way by COVID. So, I think everybody has to just cool it down a bit. And the one thing I can say is that when you have to go out and get groceries or whatever, people seem to be extra courteous, but you'll still get that whack job out there, not so much. But that's the way we've got to be. Everybody has opinions. I see all this shit steaming up on socials and all of that. We've all been affected, right? Because
the whack jobs don't mean anything because you're always going to get them. They're extremely out there. Whatever. Go do whatever you want to do. The only one thing, I've said it 100 times, I'll say it again, is I do not agree with the way things are being handled because a small business like yours, Nick, how many people do you have working for you? Like how many people are in that building all at once?
No, just me.
Just you by yourself?
I do everything, yeah.
Okay, so you're not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a small business. So I live in a small town. You have small businesses in here. You have the people running the till, and you might have one or two other people in the store. And then you have, at most, you might have 5 to 10 people in the store at one time, like shoppers.
Yep.
So a small place like that, with that limited amount of people in it, if everybody wears a mask, those stores should be completely safe and they should all be freaking open. Because I've gone to the big stores that are open and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's
people are jammed together, lined up, not wearing their shit properly. And the ones like Walmart and stuff, you have 300 people in the store at one time.
Yep.
So if they allow that, they should not be asking the small businesses to close up. Even the hair salons, as long as the people coming into the store wear a mask and the people doing the work wear a mask and everybody cleans themselves and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It should be fine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where I see the issue is what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
They should allow business because people are starting to lose their shit.
Heiko, the big issue is that whatever they choose to do, they need to stick to a consistent message because it's hypocritical and it's a double standard, right?
Yes.
Like why can the big boxes of the world have so much people in one area And
Mhm.
you know, you can't kid us. I mean, the
No.
closest I'll go to one of those stores is drive. You know, if drive by a parking lot that's absolutely full, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've taken my chances in going in earlier on, and it's just, yeah, it is. It's disgusting. And
Yeah.
the smaller stores, and even markets. I mean, let's keep them busy. And Shauna's actually saying her business is basically tanked. Unfortunately, better days
Yeah.
ahead.
And
Absolutely
and that right there is what irks me, is because all these small businesses are going bankrupt because the government is saying you have to close your doors, but yet the people they're renting from still have their hands and said, "We want our freaking money every month." The tax man
Yeah.
still says, "I want my money every month."
Yeah.
So what are they doing here?
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it. Okay, I'm not going to get into it because it's
Yeah.
not about our
But
show.
you know what?
Doesn't do that.
We're here to do our part in helping small businesses. So
Yes.
we signed up.
Yes.
We've got I think 3 or 4 more that we'll be adding to the Heikadelic family.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like whether it's a pizza place, a restaurant, detailing shop.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of there's a lot of shops and businesses that are non-essential, and they're just completely out of business right now. But
Yeah.
so
What
we're gonna
should
go.
happen? The government should put in one law and say, okay, one person for so many square feet, and that is it. So
Yeah.
if you have 10,000 square feet or 400,000 square feet, you are allowed to have so many people for so many square feet, and that's it. That should be the rule everywhere
Well,
across the board.
I went into a big drug chain store, whatever, and
Yeah.
I think it said on the door they allowed 75 people in there, and I'm thinking, but it's actually very controlled. And anytime I've actually been in there, there's not been that many at all, like 10, maybe 20. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're absolutely right. The bigger ones, it just seems like it's out of control.
Uh-huh.
So Derek says, anyone having mental health problems due to COVID, please reach out to someone. You're not alone. And thanks for that, Derek, because
Yeah.
that's I have to say that, as optimistic as I am, it's just gotten to the point where, yeah, I personally feel like, this is enough is enough, right?
Mhm.
But uh, this issue about kids going back to school, younger kids being resilient and all of that and healthy, that's not the issue. The issue is, yeah, great, they're healthy, but if they bring it home to their families, right? That's the real issue. So they could be carriers. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's my opinion, right? Well, I guess I'm an idiot, but yeah, let's
No.
move on.
No.
It's a passionate.
So there's people like Nick here that have a family-run business, and Nick is fortunate enough to be one person who is there. He does all the work. So you know what, people? If you need something done, like your car cleaned up inside, outside, whatever, or want something done, go to people like Nick and have them do the work for you. Support your local businesses. Support companies like what he's running, because they're relying on business to still flow, where we don't want it all go to the big companies. We want the small companies to survive as well. So
Yeah.
You're in a great situation, Nick. You're by yourself. You don't have a group of people to worry about. So I'm telling everybody, come see you.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And even I'll touch back to Derek's comment about mental health. Even myself, I've gotten to a couple points over the last little while where results of things that have been going on and not being able to escape because of COVID. I've had to call friends and family just to talk, just to clear my head. And don't be afraid to do it, because it's a huge help just to get anything on your mind, just get it off. Because if you hold it in, it'll really mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and what we're doing here, anybody can do this at home. I did it for Christmas. I did it for New Year's. We got together with family and whatnot, and it's real simple. You go on Facebook and you can just press a button and poof, you've opened a session for people to join in, and we can do this. You have your little windows and you sit and chat.
Yeah.
So
I'm on a
reach
sport.
reach out to friends, get together. Anyone that has issues or is stressed or whatever, there are people out here. You can talk to your friends.
Yeah.
You just have to reach out.
So a lot of the kids at home that are gaming and stuff like that, they literally go in the room. You won't see them for a few days. It's like a joke, right? It's just like, hey, get me some
Till they
food.
get hairy and smelly.
Well, they don't really care about that part, but they use a thing out there called Discord, and Discord is it's a fully functional chat thing, and so you can game together, and there's live video back and forth, and it's pretty amazing because I actually adopted that for I'm on a sports team, and I said, you know what, everything we do is very much like the gaming world, so let's start hanging out on it, and we definitely are, and it's actually a great engagement tool. And if you look at something like this, like Hike, we did the birthday thing not too long ago. I attended a New Year's party that was all, a bunch of musicians from all over Canada on it. And it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. You were telling me about that.
Yeah. But, that was the Souza group that put that on, Ed Souza. So pretty amazing. And so and you look at some of the, like on Twitch, for instance, right? The new platform for concerts, sadly, but maybe not so sadly, is going to be a lot of live streaming, right? And stage set up for that sort of thing. But I mean, if you look at the demographic like ours, I mean, as much as we like to hang out together and have a few drinks and everything, the easy button is just to push a concert or watch it, and it's in the comfort of your home. But you know what? We're all human beings, so we have to have that connection. And Nick, you're right. Like, it just reach out to friends. And here's the best thing: just go for a walk. So when you get as old as, well, maybe somewhere between myself and, let's say, George and Heiko, but here's something I noticed. If I sit on the couch for 2 days binge watching, right, I'm pretty bunged up, right? Like, it's not till, and I'm an active guy, so I'm always out in the garage doing this and that. But if I'm sitting on the couch binge watching something for a couple of days, your digestive system's not working, blah, blah, blah.
That's right.
And once you get off the couch and out and about, it's like, oh my God, it's all coming. And it's like, it's been saving up all my 10 o'clock routines for the last 3 days, and it's all coming out at once, right? It's like, so, where'd that come from? Okay, so you gotta exercise is good, and getting out for a walk, fresh air, that's really good too.
I just built a gym in my shop, actually.
Yeah, so
nice.
Yeah, so a buddy of mine that's been sort of a fitness guy for a long time, and with my whole lifestyle change that I decided I was going to make, he basically, like we were just talking about, we had basically got on Zoom, and he basically told me what to write down, and I got this big whiteboard and wrote everything down right onto the wall, and set up my thing there. So now I've got, a workout plan that's good enough until we can get to an actual gym and sort of move forward that way. But
so there's a lot of chats going on, but Craig Stacey says, I told a lady without a mask that she needs to wear it. She said she doesn't believe in COVID. I told her it's for her friggin' halitosis, instant anger. But you know what? We don't, like, there's a term called poking the bear. There's no need for it right now because everybody is at a peak, absolute peak. I mean, I was driving the speed limit because in Durham now they've got all this photo radar, and sure enough, I got tagged. It wasn't even
everywhere.
Yeah, it's so you got to pin it right to 60 or whatever. But so I'm coming across. There's a bridge. Anyway, whatever. I'm coming across it, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to stay the speed limit because in the oncoming lane, there's a cop sitting on the side of the road. So I'm like, do my part. Then this car comes up beside me with like some kind of crazy boombox in it. But guy rolls down the window and he says, "Are you an undercover cop?" I'm like, No, I'm not. And
that's what he said. Yeah, I am.
what are you doing? He says, are you trying to cause trouble because you're driving the speed limit? I said, listen, pal, you see that cop over there? And by the way, all this is going on with the window rolled down. My daughter's boyfriend sitting there, and he's looking straight through the window because he's peeking. I think he's going to jump out the window and at this guy, right? And so anyway, long story short, like serious road rage for what? For what? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, we just got to be nice, get through this. The summer's coming.
Well, and you know what? Right now, I'm not going to blame it all on COVID, but a lot of people are on edge.
Yep.
There's a lot of tension. You can see it in people's faces, even when you go to the grocery store. Like, you don't see the smiles anymore. Like, it's everybody's just kind of trying to get through this shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're all at a break point.
Well, when people are wearing a mask, you can't see the smile. So
That's right.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys heard about the bullshit that happened up north of Newmarket there this week.
Oh, and Whitchurch or what? Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, it's a really shitty thing to hear. It's on the news finally. There was a guy that lost his mind. His wife was pregnant, and he wound up trying to cut the baby out of his wife's stomach.
Oh.
And then he had two little boys, one 2-year-old, one 4-year-old. He chased them around the house, and he was stabbing them, right? And then I think it was the aunt or sister-in-law tried to protect the boy. She got stabbed too.
Yeah.
And the police came, and they wound up shooting the guy.
Yeah.
But they had to bring all the bodies to Newmarket, right? Mm-hmm. So there was the two young boys, 2 and 4 years old. Their intestines were hanging out of their bodies because dad was fucking stabbing the kids as they're trying to run away. They're still alive, and the aunt got stabbed, and then the mother had her whole belly cut open. It's just disgusting, like fucking crazy shit, right?
You know,
so it's not just that, but my wife is a nurse, and she works in the hospital where all these people went.
Yep.
So in today's crazy life that everybody's living, where everybody's on edge and stuff like that, you have the people, the nurses, that are dealing with this kind of shit on top of everything else.
Yeah.
And they're way up and above and beyond any stress level people could think of. And that hospital just last week lost 30 people that quit because they can't take the pressure and stress anymore. So, we all just kind of gotta like get some inner strength and button up and do the best we can and help each other to get through all the stresses and shit that we need to get through.
So
like go ahead.
That's a terrible story, and you know, one of the things
it's awful.
The kids going back to school was that, and you don't really think about this, but it's an absolute good point, that some kids, whether we know it or not, are getting abused, right? And sometimes their respite and getting away from it all is going to school. Not to mention the families. Let's say a single parent having to take care of multiple kids. I mean, that's a full-time job right there, and then some, right? So there's a lot of that stuff going on. But here's another thought, which I'm certain it doesn't have anything to do. Well, I have no idea, but this situation you mentioned, Heiko, there's a lot of people have lost their jobs, right? So what happens when you lose your job? Well, if you get in a benefit program, and what if you've got some meds like antidepressants, whatever, stronger than that, that keeps you with an even keel, right? I mean, no money, you can't necessarily get your meds anymore, so you stop them, right? What about these people out there that are, manic, bipolar, all that stuff, and they all of a sudden don't have a benefit plan to pay for their meds anymore? You can't just stop that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And you hit a great point there, and I'm surprised how. Yeah,
I am the voice.
I'm surprised how many people don't realize this, but I've heard so many times again and again and again. They say, "Why is the liquor store an essential service, and why are they open?"
Well,
and I heard it firsthand from the manager in the liquor store in my town.
Yep.
Because I kind of, we were just chatting, right? And he says, we have to be open because the amount of people that depend on alcohol, if we were to close our doors,
yep.
Do you know how many people would wind up in the hospital?
Yep.
It would be insane.
Right.
Because yeah, and that's the only reason why the liquor stores are open.
Right, and you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people with alcohol dependency, and you can't just stop that, right? Unfortunately,
no.
But there are a lot of people, obviously, that might have been on the borderline of becoming alcoholics and are full-fledged. But then there are the people who I think looked at COVID as an opportunity to get in better health. In fact, Nick, you mentioned that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to, I was a big boy. I hit, I think, 408 pounds, and now I've got a stealthy physique. But
holy shit, you were like almost a dump truck.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I dented one time, but no, so if you can do something, if you're really, really stuck, homebound, there's a lot of things you can do. There's those little stretchy band things if you don't want to get like a full bunch of workout gear, but
even very, very simply, not even working out. I did this the other day. I sat for hours. I just sat on the couch with my phone, and I went through my contact list, and I just started calling people just to say hello.
Oh,
just to say hi
and apologize for the past. Or...
Yeah, like a buddy texted me the other night. I said, "How you doing?" And he said, "I'm drunk and I'm lonely." And I'm like,
really?
Fuck.
That's a pickup line right there.
Well, not for me. I'm not gonna. But
yeah, I know.
But people are like. It's
let me just role play this. So Heiko picks up the phone. Okay, hang on a second. And then you hear on the other end, you hear, hello? And then you hear Heiko.
Hi, this is Heiko. Do you remember me from grade school? I apologize. I hope you forgive me.
Something like that, right?
Exactly. Sorry, Nick. This is the way our show goes sometimes. Okay?
Oh yeah, no, I've watched before.
So you're already tainted. You like it?
Oh yeah.
But you know what? People out there, just do that. Reach out to friends, relatives, even acquaintances you don't talk to a lot. Just say hi.
Yeah.
You never know who needs it, whatever. But we're all being separated right now because of all this bullshit, and that's what we need to do. Is we have to try and reunite and be there for each other.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, something I've noticed going on these walks that I started doing, just passing a couple people that are going for a walk together, everybody seems to just, even 2 seconds, hey, how are you? How are you? Have a good day. Just those like 4 millisecond interactions just completely changes your mindset. Like
people are craving human interaction because it's being taken away from them.
Right. Imagine how you're going to be when you start dating or something like that, right? Like you've had that, hi, how's it going? You're not intimidated anymore. But Keisha says that, and we got everybody's chatting out there right now. So my friend group has been totally gaming on Discord. That's that thing I mentioned. It's been great. You can meet other groups of friends and game together too. Then you can have these breakout one-on-one things and video and all that other stuff.
Yep.
And so Derek and Derek's invited me to one of these. I don't know, like probably almost 2 years ago now. So his band does a movie night where they all watch a movie together with friends and fans on Discord. And
Okay.
that's the beauty of some of these communication tools. So, like you said, Heiko, you can bring that entertainment into your home, and it's the interaction that, like Nick says, is important, right? Nick, the other thing
we all need each other. We do. We need to have human interaction. It's natural.
Right. And the thing that, Nick makes a really good point about is, the fact that everything kind of has, like, we're humans, and as humans, we have a chemical reaction to just about everything. So when you get out and go for a walk, everything's starting to work, and your adrenaline and all that. It's not at a peak, but, it is a chemical thing. So I think what we have to do is get out there, and even a short walk or a long walk, it's good for the soul.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
My experience from jogging is when I was running really regular years ago, was that you get to a point where you do a chemical in your body. I think it's called endorphins or something like that.
Yep.
And when you get to that point, it's just such a motivator, because you're going to start craving that buzz or feeling, whatever you want to call it, and it's brought on because you're out exercising. So so if you can get, I mean, the hardest thing in the world is to take that first step and go, I've never been a gym person. I couldn't be bothered with gyms just to work out, but I'll go out and run. That's my thing. You know what I mean? But once you get those endorphins released in you, you want to do it tomorrow, and you want to do, this is great. And then you start thinking, well, I did 10 of these yesterday, press ups, whatever it is, 10 minutes running. Tomorrow I want to do 12 minutes, so I want to do 20. And that's where you do it. But don't start at the beginning and go, I'm going to lose, X number of pounds. Just take a few steps, And the other thing is that, like, you think I might look ridiculous going out running or jogging or walking or whatever, but people admire that. I mean, but you've got to think, as somebody drives past you and you're like, plodding along because almost finished your run or your walk. You go, at least that guy or that girl, look at, they're making an effort, and I'm, you know what I mean? And people admire it. It doesn't matter how, you might think it's pathetic.
You have to
do it. Just go out.
Well, George, you're kind of misleading people here, because I heard the last time you went out for a run, everybody heard glass breaking, and then when they saw you running, you had a VCR under your arm. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's one of the looters that we heard about. So, hey, George. So when I get up in the morning, right, I sit up. Right,
you get up in the morning.
I get on the floor. Yeah. I
around crack of noon.
Probably around exactly. Yeah. So, so I'll sit there, the side of the bed, and immediately I feel like this overbearing, like the world's crashing in on me, because it's like my brain is just waking up, and I'm also like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to have to take a few steps. I'm going to actually have to get up. So there's a lot of pain involved with that, right?
That's called old age.
Right. But then all of a sudden I get my morning wood, and then I'm pointed in the right direction. So
there you go.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Well, if you want to know what I do first thing in the morning, or at the crack of midday or later, I wake up, right? And because I had a problem last year, remember we all laughed at it, I had ITB syndrome or whatever it was called. I couldn't run. It was like I pulled muscles in my leg, and I got shin splints, double whammy. Went and saw a physiotherapist, had a few sessions with them. Eventually, it took a while to get right again. So, but when I did that, some of the exercises he told me to do, I've never stopped doing. I've never stopped doing them.
Nice. Oh, good.
So, like, when I even wake up in the morning, I have one of those big medicine balls, and I'll do all these back exercises. This is big, right? It's not exactly rock and roll. And I'll do these stretches, and I feel great for it. I've been doing it since like September. I do feel better. And it's midday, but it's not in the morning. But and I've just got into that habit. I got into that habit of doing it.
And you know what? That's good. That's really good.
So we're gonna get a little trivia bit from George.
I was just gonna say, I need George for two things. I need him to play a tune for me because
the only
I need to open this.
One of these.
And then, thank you. Exactly.
Oh, that's good beer.
Yeah, it is. That's why we drink it.
Yeah.
So George has to do that for us.
All right.
Play the tune so we can all have a drink together.
Right.
And after that, we got to do some trivia.
Right. Yeah. So to lighten proceedings. To lighten proceedings.
Cheers, George.
Yeah.
And
cheers.
Do you have any trivia for us at all today, or?
I do. We'll save most of it for next week, but we've got to do the challenge. We've got to do the.
Yeah, okay, we'll do the.
Ringo doesn't want to do it. I know he doesn't want to do
it. We'll do it. But I think Derek said he would step in for me. All right, let's go.
Come on.
We're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes here.
All right.
So we'll do something really quick, and then we'll save everything else for next week.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We'll do this because we've got to see where we stand with this.
I really need to get to bed soon because I want
new listeners, new watchers.
Boys,
I had more or less asked her a question.
Whatever, Ringo.
I started a Facebook page, right? Called.
He delays it because he's losing. He doesn't want to lose.
It's okay. Okay. I'll just.
All right. Let's.
Whatever I want to answer. I'll answer the opposite today. Give him a chance.
All right.
Okay, go for it.
So it's Heiko is leading by 8 points to 4. Basically, Heiko's got 100% record in 8 weeks. We've been doing this. Ringo's got a 50% record. He's on 4 points. All right. For listeners, so this is the challenge. I more or less ask a question, and I try to get more or less an answer at some point.
Yeah,
from Ringo, right? But all right, we got this.
Cheers.
We got the A side, and we got the B side,
and
it's whose pick is it this week?
Who picks this week?
You. Who? You.
Me.
Yeah, it's you. Do you want the question on the A side, or the question on the B side?
Let's go for the B side.
You go for the B side. Okay.
Yeah.
So here it is.
All right. Look at that. Stuck on an album.
Yeah. No. There's Ringo's on the
George.
Yeah.
What album is that?
Oh, it's a Bobby Brown 12-inch extended mix.
12-inch.
That's good enough to put stickers on, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not mine. It's not. It's not my fault.
No.
I'm just looking at this question. I did this about last Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember what it was about now, but hang on.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, concert tours. Actual concert tours ticket that was sold in 2015.
Wow.
Like a couple of the top 10 concert tours featured U2.
Yeah.
We're in the top 10. They sold on their world tour in 2015 133.5 million tickets.
Wow. Really? Right? That's awesome.
Now, the Rolling Stones on their Big Bang tour, which I remember that, in 2015, did they sell more or less tickets globally than 133.5 million?
We're going to go less.
You reckon the Stones sold less? Okay. I've got you down for less.
And you know what? I don't know. I have no reason except for I think the Stones suck.
All right. That's a good reason, Zenny. You got a 50% chance of being right. Okay. Yep. This Ringo, you've got the A side. You got a 50. You can call a friend. Derek can help. All right. Here we go. Ringo.
In a manila envelope.
He doesn't need to call a friend. He can ask Nick to help him.
No,
he can help him. You can help him.
All right, panel. Everyone.
The 2015 World Tour that, here we go, the Grateful Dead did,
Oh god.
in 2015.
Yes.
So 52.2 million tickets, concert tickets.
Okay.
The Foo Fighters also toured in 2015. Did they sell more or less tickets than the Grateful Dead
In 2015?
in 2015?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to say that what are you laughing for, George?
I didn't know the Grateful Dead was still touring.
Yeah. Well,
I looked it up.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we thought McLean and McLean were still available for an interview.
I know, and they're dead.
Favorite band, the favorite band.
They might be with a Ouija board.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. I've got one here. I've got one.
New segment.
You actually have a Ouija board, George?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll show you.
No. We don't want to see it. Trust me.
Still in the never been used.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's a virgin board still. Wow.
Yeah, I do have one. Anyway.
Yeah, let's not bring the Ouija board out. Okay, so I would say the Foo Fighters.
So you reckon that sold more? Okay.
Yeah, sold more. And I'll say that because the Foo Fighters are awesome, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. I would go with that too, buddy. Good guess.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong. If the Dead had a reunion, which I didn't hear about. Yeah. So, but yeah. So Derek's saying Foo Fighters more or the Dead? I don't know.
Okay. All right. So going back to Heiko, you two sold 133.5 million.
Yep.
And the Rolling Stones sold 131.6. So they did so less.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
Ringo.
Yes.
Ringo. The Grateful Dead, 2015, they sold 52.2 million.
Oh.
Tickets, right? The Foo Fighters, you said sold more.
Yeah.
And you were correct.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
First off, thank my mom.
Winner, Gagnon.
And my conception as the voice of an angel.
Oh, Jesus.
So there you go. So it's now
that's good.
Thanks, 9-5. So
9-5.
9-5.
So that's 5 for Heiko and 9 for me, right? Because I have the voice of an angel.
What we'll do next week, because I think it's week 10. Yeah, it'll be week 10, right? So what we'll do, we'll ask some bonus questions.
Oh,
and give Ringo a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
It's like bringing the pace car out. You know what I mean? It's like it's like he's there's too big a gap right here, right now.
No, I in my head, right? We keep going, and eventually I'll lap them. But so if people are listening out on Twitch TV, you can find us actually on Twitch, the Heikadelic Show. That's our, I guess, user handle on there. And so if you're watching out there, welcome. And hope to get more interactive with Twitch. We got
all you people out in Montreal, huh?
Yes. Salut, mon chums. And
Mr. Ringo, the only way you're going to catch up is if I get a flat tire.
Well, we'll do the bonus questions next week. It's trivia, but it's not music trivia. It's going to be something else trivia.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, close to home, but not necessarily music trivia.
Nice.
So we usually stream to about 11, and sometimes we end up getting over if there's good conversation and great guests. So thanks for coming out, and we're going to continue to support you guys. And let us know, if you got some ideas for commercials or whatever. I mean, we're being pretty generous to small businesses in terms of getting the name out there, and we do campaigns and stuff like that. So, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's really about the fans. You can see all the interaction that we've been getting through the show. Last week we had 450 views. The the thing that we've learned is that you have to be interactive and actually commenting, kind of get a count on Facebook, but in the background, the views are what matters. And so we got our fans out there, and then with the Indie Rock Radio, they're obviously kind of a global reach too. But for small businesses in Durham, or wherever you are in the world, get in touch with us. If you go to our member tab at www.theheikadelicshow.com or .ca, you'll find more about how we can help. And
if somebody has a business online, it could be anything, right?
Sure.
Vinyl. It could be vinyl business. Could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Be all about puppies, right? Like whatever. But
I appreciate you guys having me on, and I do actually have a couple friends that have their own businesses as well that I've already mentioned to them an opportunity to talk to you guys and stuff that they're interested in as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
well, this is wonderful, Nick, and we love what you do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to all my biking buddies and stuff, and see, in the springtime, people get their bikes out of storage. A lot of guys like to have everything look good and sexy.
Sure.
We'll see if we can get you hooked up and get some stuff down there, get you working on some motorcycles too.
Yeah, okay? And I appreciate the help with that, and I'm one of the really lucky ones. I fluked myself into a really good pre-COVID position.
Yes.
And I've been super lucky with the steady stream of work that I've locked into.
Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of detail shops in the area that are really starting to struggle too. So.
There's a few actually closed down. You were telling me, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally know of 3 that have gone, over just since the latest stay-at-home order. That killed them. That was the end of it.
And see, think of this, guys. It's a detailing shop.
Yep.
It's not like you're in a bar or getting a massage or any hands-on nothing. You're bringing your vehicle there, and you're dropping it off, or you're waiting in a waiting room while somebody is detailing your vehicle.
Well, it's not
how
just
the hell can they close down those businesses?
Well, when you think about
utter bullshit.
When you think about it, you're cleaning your car, you're sanitizing, and like I said, your cell phone and your car, the worst germ. I mean, it should be allowed and a good thing. But so Nick, if you get some time during lockdown, just make a little short video on your phone and send it over to us. Like maybe do a walk around of people that you've done recently, or talk about your business. Send it over, and we'll put the rest of it together. And
I've got a couple promo videos, like a 30-second stinger video that a buddy of mine produced for me.
Right.
Yeah, and send it over, and if it's too big, we'll do a Dropbox or something. And info at Heikadelicshow.com should get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll zip something together and put something fresh and new, because we've been playing
and anybody else that needs help promoting their small business, please send us something to info@theheikadelicshow.com, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll see if we can help you in any way.
Right.
We all need each other right now. We have to stick together.
For sure. So the other thing I'd like to just throw out there last minute here is musicians. We got a lot of indie bands out there, and if you can, start sending over some tracks to us, some MP3s, because we've been given a lot of opportunity with Indie Rock Radio to post and spin some of that. So we can actually do that right from here if we get your permission to do that, and we don't have to worry about. But over at Indie Rock, it's all licensed and everything anyway, so we're covered. But send that over, because I think Heiko and I and George were talking about it. We definitely want to put a push on indie rock, and indie music in general, right? So, and the first band will probably that we do a little expose on will be The voice of an angel.
Oh my God, is that a band? Sorry, I laughed there, but I looked at the comment Craig put up. My dwarf friends have a small business. What a dick. How'd it go there, Craig?
So, and then Derek is saying, God, is that you? So, yes, it is Derek. So send those MP3s over and get them to us. And we're going to, we actually had 3 bands this week send them in. And just because we said we were on Indie Rock and they're like, hey, can you spin our stuff? Absolutely. We did a little session before and after the show where we spin mostly Motor City Maniac tunes at this point, but we want to get more indie stuff in there, and we'll spin it.
Okay.
All right.
So and Nick, I want you to tell the people where they can get in touch with you or get a hold of you to get stuff done to their vehicles. Promote your business, please.
So downforcedetailing.ca is my website. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I'm on there. 905-244-1517 is the phone number. Or 200 Valencia Road, Unit 5 in Oshawa is the address. So I'm, lots of places online. I'm trying to do a better job, like I said, of all the other content and stuff, but working on it. So we'll get there.
Okay. What's that phone number again, buddy?
905-244-1517.
Perfect. All right. Anybody we know, we'll send them your way.
Not a problem. It sounds like you're going to be booked up into August by this.
I freaking hope so. I hope so, pal. I really do.
Yeah.
You're a great guy, and you got a really good thing going there. And I hope people come your way to get their cars done.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks very much.
I'll reach out to you shortly, Nick.
Definitely set something up.
All right, let's wrap it up, Mike.
Yeah.
Your shout out.
Another wonderful show. We had some pretty cool topics today, and I'm sorry for the people that are into the trivia. We kind of sort of pushed George to the side tonight because we're just so busy talking about different things. So you're ready for us next week, right, George?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea that Ringo's mum had that I should be on every week. I think we should.
Yeah.
But they insist.
She said that last week.
Oh, I know, eh? And you know what his mom said too? Remember I bitched about my hair? I said I need a haircut. His mom said, "Oh, Heiko's got wonderful hair."
There you go. Lovely woman. Never met her, but she sounds a lovely woman.
She's a great
already.
Yeah.
She hear the voice of an angel.
Well, there you go. It says it all.
But George, you cover the classes. That was like, Stephanie, Kathy, a bunch of ladies were commenting on. So you're now officially our eye candy.
Okay, there you go.
And look at that.
It's earlier.
Holy crap.
She's booking off, but she thanked us earlier because this keeps her sane. And
what was that? What was that cop show like from the 80s where they had the motorcycle cops?
Chips.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Right there. There's Chips right there.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
Yeah, something like that.
My life. This is what I have to put up with,
Well,
it's no.
Bloody hell.
I want to say something to our fans.
Okay. Something.
Something. We have a lot of people that are a part of our show every week. They're sending messages on Facebook that come up on the screen, but it's not just them talking to us. They're talking to each other. There are some freaking hilarious conversations going on, and I just want to say thank you to all of you fans that are out there doing that, because believe it or not, you're a big part of the show. Anybody else that's watching us on Facebook sees what your messages are. I just wish we could put them all up on the screen. We'll maybe do that someday, eh, Ringo?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah.
You can always carry on the conversation on the HDS fan club, which Derek's involved with, Kathy's involved with. But
okay. HDS, which stands for the Heikadelic Show.
yeah, short term. So it was kind of a bit of a plan to kind of, keep that conversation going. And feel free. I think we have over 100 and some odd people on that one, but we have, 1,400 on our.
It's great, guys. We love having you on.
Yeah,
you stay with us. You make the show, and we try to put as many of your comments up as we possibly can.
Derek says, like Poncho. I love it.
Yeah, of course he does. So again, Derek, the first name that ever comes up every week is Derek. So again, I want to thank Derek, Stephanie, Craig, Phil, Keisha, Brian, Jeff, and Shauna. You guys are the bomb. You guys are out there every week talking to each other, talking to us, a big part of the show. And we've talked about it time and time again. And what we really need to do is very soon, we're going to take a fan and throw them on the show for 15 or 20 minutes just to be a part of it, because you guys are hilarious. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. Hey, what do you think, guys?
Absolutely.
We'll have a competition, and we'll have fans join in on something, and we'll pick a fan, and then the following week they'll be on the show as a guest.
Yeah.
Just like Nick is here. He loves it. Look at him. He's so freaking happy.
Good interactions.
Yeah. And thanks again, Nick. We hope we can send people your way, because you do a wonderful job detailing cars. Please contact him. And we are going to be back here live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and every other fucking thing you can think of next Monday night at 9:30 here on the Heikadelic Show. You guys all come back now, okay?
See you next week.
So yeah, those Halloween haunt guys are really something, aren't they? I like the video, and they're kind of scary. But I hope to see them again, maybe live next time. But I am going to check out their socials and look them up on Facebook for sure. And I'm going to like them because I like them. See you next time.
This really cool costume for Halloween and for Christmas. Love it. Couldn't wear it. Then I got one for New Year's. I got this really cool ensemble for New Year's Eve. Love it. Couldn't wear it. So there. I got all these summer clothes at a discount because everybody's selling everything off really cheap. Love it. Can't wear it. See ya.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor
for The Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikadelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikadelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining The Heikadelic Show, fans.